Welcome back to the MyClayCo studio. My name's Carla and today we've got something super exciting, and that's working with washi tapes. Now, I've worked with washi tapes and polymer clay before and absolutely love the finishes that you can get with it. We were lucky enough that the Washi Tape shop actually sent us some washi tapes to use with our polymer clay creations, so let's get into it. If you're like me, you probably love washi tape, but just sometimes don't know how to use it with your polymer clay creations. I did extensive tests about 18 months ago on how to best use it with polymer clay, so I'll go through two techniques that I found useful when using polymer clay. You want to think of washi tapes almost like a water slide decal. It's something that you can cut out and put on your polymer clay pieces to give that extra bit of detailing. I'm going to show you how to use it on raw clay and then baking it in the oven with those pieces, and then how to finish them off. As I mentioned before, the Washi Tape shop have sent us so many beautiful washi tapes for us to work with today. I'm actually going to do our first creation with this beautiful one. I'm like a magpie. I love anything shiny, and the gilding on this washi tape is just beautiful. For this design, I'm also going to be using one of the slimline washi tapes as well, and my second technique, I'm going to be using one of the more standard washi tape sizes. So for the first technique, all I'm going to need is a pair of scissors, my clay and cutter of choice, and my washi tapes. The clay I'm using today is Cernit No. 1 Navy Blue. I thought it would go great with this washi tape, pick up all of those nice deep blue tones that we've got all throughout the washi tape. So I've got my clay rolled out. I did it to about 2 millimeters thick because I do want to put a UV resin dome over this one once I'm finished. And I'm just going to cut out my pieces now. I decided to go with this pointed ellipse shape because I thought I could do a really nice half-half design with the clay and that feature washi tape. So much like a water slide decal, I just need to get my washi tape and cut it out the same shape as the shape that I've cut out, and then I'll be able to adhere it to my clay. So to do that, I'm just going to be tracing around my shape. I want it slightly smaller than what the shape of the clay is because you don't want any overhang, just like water slide decals. So I'm going to just trace on the inside of my cutter on the washi tape, and then I'm going to cut that one out. The great thing about the Washi Tape shop's wide format washi tape is that it actually has a backing to it. So it's not sticky on this side because it does have that paper backing, which means we can easily draw and cut out on this side. Okay, I've got my two pieces cut, and I really like that they've both got the navy blue up the top and the similar blue flower down the bottom. I'm just gonna check those on my clay pieces, and I think they're going to look really nice because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a gold edge on these so it'll match that gilding that we've got. So what I want to do is I want to cut these at an angle. So I'm going to take my pieces, put them back to back, and this is just going to ensure that I'm going to get the same angle on both. So I like this design. I want to cut off majority of that white. So I match them both up. And then I'm simply going to slice at my angle. And so now I know when I put both of them on, they're going to be the same angle. Okay, and all we want to do on our unbaked clay is we're just going to peel off the backing on this washi tape. But once you've got it, you just peel it off, and then you want to make sure that you're positioning it in the right spot. And pressing down. And you will see that the white of the washi tape is a little bit transparent, so it actually takes on some more of that color that you've got underneath. So if you wanted to keep more of that translucency, you could do it on a really pale color. I've just done it on a darker color today, just so you can see that color change. I'm just going to put the other side on now as well. Again, you want to make sure that you're trying to get them as even as possible. and smooth that one down. You want to make sure that it's nice and smooth. If you do have any bubbling, you want to make sure you take it out at this point, because when it bakes, that bubbling will ripple underneath as well. Now you can see the beautiful designs that we've got on here and that awesome gilding effect. I am just going to put the 2 stripes along here. So I just take my skinny piece. I'm just going to trim the edge so it's at a diagonal. I pop it on my piece, making sure that I'm getting it to the edge, and then where I think that it finishes, I'm just going to cut that one off. Okay, that one just needs a little trim, so the easiest way to do that, again, just lift it up and use your scissors. You can pull the whole thing off and use your craft knife as well. I just find scissors to be super easy and super effective. And there we go, we've got that one, and I'll just pop it on the other side. Editing Carla here. I just realized when I was editing this bit that another easy way to do the slimline line on that diagonal would be, after you cut the shape out, you could put the slimline washi tape on and trim those ends so that it matches your washi tape, and then put it all down in one piece. Or you can take that slimline off once you've lined it up, put your washi tape piece down, add the slimline down, and it would probably be just as easy, if not easier. Just had that thought bubble and thought I'd pop it in. So these ones are all finished up now. I've got both my sides on. I'm just going to bake them and then we can finish them. Okay, I've got these ones out of the oven. I have just taken a chrome pen and I've gone around the bottom edges of these ones just to finish off that beautiful detailing that we've got with the slimline washi tape. And all I have to do to seal this washi tape in place is I'm going to put a UV resin dome over the top. Now you can do a Sculpey glaze or even a varnish if you've got, say, Cernit varnish or Pearlex varnish. The only thing is you just want to make sure that you're going over the edges. The main thing with washi tape to make sure it seals to your polymer clay is just making sure that those edges are really stuck down. The second technique I'm going to show you utilizes the more standard washi tape size from the washi tape shop. I'm going to partner this beautiful pattern with Ecru because the background colors are fairly similar. I'm going to make them into books because I need to show you a really important technique with washi tape, which is sandwiching washi tape in between 2 pieces of polymer clay. Really important tips coming up with that one, so let's get into making the books. So I've got all of the pieces that I need to make my washi tape books. I've already used my cutters to cut out my pieces. I've got my washi tape and I have my pair of scissors. Now, the reason that I wanted to show you books is because even though washi tape has an adhesive side, the other side is not adhesive with clay. So if you're layering anything or having to put 2 pieces of clay with washi tape in between, it's going to adhere on the sticky side, but not on the other side. So you want to make sure that you're not putting any clay on top of this where it doesn't have contact with other clay. I'll show you with the books. So I'm just going to make sure that I've cut it so that I've got a little bit of overhang. I can actually put it straight on here. So I have a little bit of overhang, pop that there. Now I can either use my scissors or a craft blade. And it doesn't have to be perfect, the snip, because all we're going to be doing is wrapping this one around and under. So you can see here I've got a little bit of wrapping around just so it keeps a nice book cover for me. But I've still got clay here. That's so that when I put my book pages in, I'm going to have clay on clay contact. So if I didn't have that clay spot there, this wouldn't adhere and the front cover of the book would be able to open. So same if I was to do this on an earring and I put a really nice floral washi tape pattern down and then I tried to put a flower on top of that, I'd have to make sure that my flower is only adhering onto the clay. If it has a little bit of overlap with the washi tape, that's fine. It just can't be sitting completely on the washi tape. So that one now is fully secured. This one means that we don't actually have to seal it afterwards because it will hold itself on. However, it's always safest to seal. So I've got the pair here. I'm going to pop them in the oven and then we'll come back to sealing. And as you can see, our little books are done. The washi tape wraps all the way under and is tucked in nicely. I've put little eye pins in these because I'm going to make them into a pair of earrings. And I've just put a little bit of paint detailing on with a chrome effect pen. In terms of the washi tape, we don't actually need to seal the top of it at all. The only thing is we don't want the edge to peel up over time, which can happen. So all I'm going to do is take a little bit of Sculpey glaze. I'm just using Satin, and we're just going to run along the edges just to make sure that they're nice and sealed. As I said, we don't need to do much to the cover. I am just going to do a thin coat just to make sure it's nice and even. And then again, just making sure I'm getting that edge. We don't need to worry about this edge because it's tucked in. And I'll just quickly go over my paint as well to seal that. And that's all that's needed to seal the books. We hope you've had fun learning how to incorporate washi tapes into your polymer clay creations. I'll pop an affiliate link down in the description below for the washi tape shop. You can head over there for 10% off using our code and also free international shipping for spends over $20. If you've enjoyed the video today, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.